How wide is a t-shirt when you display it? Gap, Banana Republic, they all use 32mm systems on their cabinetry. There's a lot of standards in the retail world. Today we're going to talk a little bit about a fun special project, one that's near and dear to my heart, ice cream. Hudsonville Ice Cream has been one of our favorite clients because we've had the luxury of working with Hudsonville Ice Cream, helping them through many projects, including their new corporate headquarters. The new corporate headquarters is as good as the ice cream. I love it, and they've asked me to do a little shop inside the headquarters for vendors, employees, and so the space I have is approximately 18 feet by 19 feet. And my thought process is to kind of take advantage of something that Hudsonville does called a scround. A scround is a square and a round container all in one. And when I see 18 by 19, I think the shape of a scround kind of fits in that shape pretty nicely. Now I want to create a sense of an entry, and I have the space that they've given me to work with. As I mentioned, 18 foot and 1/8 inch by 19, 2 3/8. And I'm not going to get completely accurate today, but I do think I want to open this entrance up to be a little bit more like a shop and a store. And so I think what I would like to do is to create 2 5-foot showcases outside the store, kind of like shop windows, which I think would be really kind of fun. That would give me approximately a 10-foot opening, which I could create a lot of different things. We could do a gate that's an overhead, which is a very typical retail experience. But because this is more of an office type store, I wonder if double sliders would work, and we could actually take and break it into 4 30-some inch panels that would open up and give you a 5-foot opening in the middle when the doors are open. I tend to like things that are symmetric, so the scround works for me. I can create kind of a nice retail experience. I've got to hang t-shirts. I know they're talking about golf bags. They're talking about other swag. So I want to create kind of a display room that gives me the ability to really showcase products and break it up into categories. This is my first round, so I'm just playing with the ideas that I could kind of create a little niche here that would be one display, an inset niche here that's another. This back wall would probably give me 10 feet. So let's say 4 off of 19 is going to be 8 is 11, so I'll do 10 feet on the inside here. That gives me a nice focal point coming in the 10-foot opening of the door. I've got 2 showcase windows that could be front loaded, so they can literally open the glass in the front. And they could put a form in here, t-shirts, coolers, cups, mugs, maybe Stanley cups. I don't know if they're doing Stanley for Hudsonville or they're doing Yeti, because I think Yeti is on their, they already have Yeti coolers, so probably would be Yeti cups. Although today you gotta look at Stanley, because Stanley is hot. Kind of crazy, I used to have a Stanley thermos work in construction for my dad, and I always loved having my Stanley filled with hot coffee in the morning. And of course, the best part of the day is when you have your coffee, and in New Jersey, hard roll with butter. Butter, ice cream, you see the theme? You don't get this big by not eating. My grandfather used to say it takes a lot of calories to keep this figure up. It's true. So now I also need some sort of a cash and wrap or a wrap station so they can do sales. And I thought about putting it on the center focal point, but I think because the shop is within their lobby, it'd be nice to have that focal wall always on display and maybe put the staff on the outside. So this would be a great display counter. This maybe would be kind of fun to make like a kitchen island, seeing that they're an ice cream shop. Could literally be a place to sit down, kind of like the old ice cream stores. And whether or not you use them, it'd be a nice display. Maybe the back of the stools have Hudsonville Ice Cream on them and we make it feel like an old ice cream shop. This could be the wrap where we could have a register or a computer or whatever they're going to do. Certainly displays behind it. And then the larger items could be on the shelves here, which could be the golf bags, coolers, et cetera, et cetera. So we'll figure out what that looks like. And then this certainly gives me a place to display shirts, t-shirts, hats. Maybe these are hat bins because hats are popular. And again, another display here. Now I've got plenty of room walking in here, but I'd like some floor space so that when there's an event and they have a lot of people coming over, there could be a lot of folks in this store. I think the walls are almost enough to display the bulk of the product. And then I think what I would do is probably create one freestanding table. It might be a tiered display. And maybe we just use the scround again just because it is easy for traffic. And maybe it's a 3-tiered scround table so we can display t-shirts and other items on that table and just give you lots of traffic. Then in the center here, I probably would have them do the Hudsonville Ice Cream logo, which I don't have great script, so I'm just gonna write it the old-fashioned way. And you get the idea that the logo would be on the floor. And then certainly we're gonna have to deal with the ceiling and lighting, and I'd probably drop a cloud. They currently have in the space a 2x2 grid, and so rather than make them spend the money to replace the whole ceiling, which of course is my first choice, I could just drop a drywall cloud over top of the displays and let the gridded ceiling occur behind and above that. What I would do in that cloud is indirectly light it, maybe with like a neon blue light that comes and kind of creates kind of an ambiance around the outside. So in general, I think this floor plan makes sense for the space. And now I'll maybe play with some ideas of what it would look like. I just use the actual dimension that the space is, and then I wanted to also give a retail, have retail dimensions. So it worked for t-shirts, it worked for display. So I try to think through all those things when I was laying it out.
What do you mean by retail dimensions?
Well, you know, how wide is a t-shirt when you display it? How much do you need a 32mm system for retail? Gap, Banana Republic, they all use 32mm systems on their cabinetry so they can adjust the shelves accordingly. There's a lot of standards in the retail world. And so I'm just trying to use those standards so that there's ease of display, giving them enough room for all the components and pieces that they can buy so that I can save them money. You know, in a retail environment, I'm looking at display. I'm looking at how to merchandise the store so I can get units per customer. I want to get people intrigued. I want them to see things very clearly. So I haven't really got into the merchandising. I just gave them the base so that I can begin the merchandising. But I want to give them the tools for them to be able to really sell or, you know, display their product in a way that's exciting and interesting to the visitor. In a residential, you know, it's all about function and comfort and, you know, and certainly there are overlaps. I want the store to be functional and I want it to be comfortable, but it's all about focal points and display. It's all about where the eye goes, how to get great lighting, how to make the display look great versus how to make it comfortable to live in. So sometimes there may be lighting that's a little less comfortable in a retail environment than it would be in a residential environment because you need the bold, bright light on the product to look good. Whereas in a home, I want more ambient light and indirect light and more mood lighting. This is the back wrap, so I did some displays behind because I don't think they have that much product, so I'm not just trying to load it with product like I would if it was a normal retailer. It's a little more minimalist. And then these pochade walls are kind of fun because you waste a little space, but you create a really cool environment by creating these curves on the inside and on the outside. But trying to always get functional display wherever I can within that scround shape. And there's a lot of repetition in their logo. I'm trying to show the logo a lot because this is all about team building. Kind of a visual to give you a big impact. You can kind of see how it's coming to life.